gonna do this video on In Bloom because somebody came to my YouTube live feed. I had a YouTube live feed going this one day. I was doing it on drum meditation during quarantine, and somebody came into my chat box and said something about In Bloom, and I didn't know who it was. But anyway, I'll just start here. I have a lot of extensions written on this and like scattered around this book that I'm working on, and this one here looks like it's got some information here. It's kind of a big text block, so I'll just go ahead and read this, at least for starters. Let's see what I wrote here. Memory extension In Bloom. This is about In Bloom by Nirvana from Nevermind album. Okay, I'm back at the tree hanging out with the kids from the other camp in Kankakee. I should probably start with where this story starts, but anyway. And I'm sitting in the tree, and one of the kids and I get into a conversation about songwriting because I told them that the reason I was there with them is because I wrote a song, and one of them knew how to get in contact with the person I intended it for. This was in reference to decomposing trees, but then another song came into my head, and I was humming it to myself. And he asked me what it was. And I said, it's a song that I'm writing. And he said, you have another song for Dean? And I said, no, this one is for Kurt. And he said, what's the name of Kurt's band? And I said, Nirvana. And he said, sing it for me. And then I sang it for him. And I stopped abruptly because he was crying, and I thought I'd said something that hurt his feelings, and he said, no, that's not it. You're just blowing my mind. And I was like, oh. And he asked me how long I'd had that song in my head before I shared it with him, and I said, a long time. It was in my head while I was writing Decomposing Trees, back at the brook, and then further back long before that when I was in the park with my mom's hitman. And he was like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, he's the one who said some of the lines in that song, and they stuck in my head. They're things he said. He said nature is a whore, and he said sell the kids for food, and he said 10 berries in bloom. They're comments he made under his breath. Like, he was like, hold on, stop. Your mom's hitman? And I was like, yeah, well, she left me with him. He was supposed to get rid of me, but he didn't do it, and I remember all this stuff he said. Wait, he said, what the hell is going on here? When did this happen? When I was 2, I said, and he looked me directly in the eye and said, truth check me, which I didn't have a problem with, and I told him the story. And he nearly passed out, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I know you guys are all empathic and sensitive and stuff. You asked, am I the only one you've told about this? No, of course not. The adults don't care. They block this stuff out, act like it didn't happen, act like they don't know what the fuck my trip is. It doesn't matter. Listen, I'm just here because I want you to have these songs. I just want people to have these songs there for everyone. All you have to do is agree with what you heard, then let it go, and it will reach its destination. Kurt is a chain-smoking heroin addict who ended up getting crossed out by his own wife over the money connected to this, but the song will always be there for us after its connection to that history is edited out. Can I hug you? He said. Let me get my ass out of this tree, I said. I remember these details about this day because physical affection is never something I get very often, and even then I had to say at a certain point that this was as far as we could get while I was auto-traced in a suspended time I created for us was limited, and I was cagey and would shift further into cage mode as cage time approached, and I had to go back to my cage. But there in that moment, we were all together. I don't remember how many, a small handful, and we were all bonded. We all loved each other, and we were all covered. I was somewhere. I had successfully reached a destination. I was asked how I thought Kurt was going to get this song. If we all agreed about it and forgot about it, I will remember it again later, I said. And I will write it down and give it to Anna, and she will give it to her father. So, a girl named Anna is at your school. What's her last? Yes, I said. Well, she will be because we are members of the Astrum Argentum, and we all just summoned her telepathically just now. You're going to get deported, they said. Good, I hate this goddamn school. And they loved me and didn't want me to leave and said that out loud like it wasn't shit, and I said I felt the same way towards them, and then I left. But They were all with me then, forever, and vice versa in this place in our memory where we were all eternally alive. Some other things happened here. Besides decomposing trees and in bloom, I also wrote pepper here, and cough syrup, and something, which all later appeared on a Butthole Surfer's record called Electric Larryland, a title spoof of Jimi Hendrix's Electric Ladyland, because we were all gay. I meant to create a written record of these memories, but simply haven't been sourced to do it till now. It is impossible for me to keep physical property due to perpetual transience, but I moved these documents to a digital storage folder online, and now they exist because the web exists. It was the same crew that I summoned Brooke with. I remember now. I told them her name and why we called her, and these things all happened in 1984 on a beautiful day and an eternal Sunday morning somewhere in Kankakee. There is another detail of memory that has just now resurfaced in connection to this as I write this regarding another song I shared with the dean as he was marching us to the brook. It was Down in a Hole by Alice in Chains. Later, when I was in high school, an episode of Deja Vu met me when I was giving a written version of the song to the student claiming to be a Satanist. He said, "We already have this one," and I thought this was strange for a minute until I remembered, and he said, "I'll take it anyway," and give it to my contact for Jerry, meaning Cantrell, the guy keeping the archive apparently since Lane got sacrificed for some reason. Okay, that was a little bit more than information about In Bloom.